They laughed at him. They pointed fingers, whispered behind his back, and openly mocked his ambition. To them, he was just a dreamer, a fool chasing an impossible fantasy. But what they didn't see was the fire in his eyes, a burning determination that their laughter could never extinguish. This is a story about the underdog, the outcast, the one everyone counted out. It's a story about the incredible power of believing in yourself when no one else does. History is filled with tales like this. Think about the inventors, the artists, the athletes who were told their ideas were crazy, their talents were mediocre, and their goals were out of reach. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 different publishers before Harry Potter found a home. They told her a children's book that long would never sell. Today, it's one of the best-selling book series in history. Michael Jordan was famously cut from his high school varsity basketball team. He went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. But then he got back to work, practicing harder than ever. We all know how that story ended. These stories aren't just about famous people. They happen every single day, in every corner of the world. It might be the student who everyone called average, but who studied relentlessly to get into their dream university. It might be the entrepreneur whose business idea was dismissed as a joke by friends and family, but who is now running a successful company. Or maybe it's the aspiring musician playing 2 empty rooms, honing their craft night after night, until one day, their song hits the top of the charts. The common thread in all these stories is resilience. The laughter, the doubt, the criticism, it's all just noise. For the person with a clear vision, that noise can actually become fuel. Every "you can't do it" becomes a reason to prove them wrong. Every "that's impossible" becomes a challenge to make it possible. The ridicule doesn't break them, it forges them. It's like a blacksmith hammering a piece of steel. The repeated blows, the intense heat, all serves to shape the metal into something strong, sharp, and unbreakable. A sword. So, what is it that separates the ones who succeed from the ones who give up? It's not a lack of fear or doubt. Everyone feels that. It's about what you do in the face of that fear. Do you let the laughter silence you, or do you let it amplify your resolve? The people we're talking about chose the latter. They used the negativity as a stepping stone. They understood that the opinions of others don't define their reality. Their actions do. Let's break down the psychology behind this. When someone laughs at your dream, it often has more to do with their own limitations than yours. They project their own fears and insecurities onto you. They can't imagine achieving something great, so they can't imagine you doing it either. Ridiculing your ambition is a defense mechanism for them. It makes them feel comfortable in their own inaction, realizing this is a game changer. Their laughter isn't about you, it's about them. The journey of the underdog is often a lonely one. There will be nights filled with self-doubt, moments where you question everything. You'll see others taking easier paths and wonder if you've made a huge mistake. This is the critical test. This is where most people quit. But the ones who win, the ones who get the last laugh, they push through this phase. They find strength from within. They focus on the process, not the immediate results. One more practice session, one more page written, one more sales call. They build their success brick by brick in the quiet, away from the mocking crowds. And then, one day, something shifts. The small wins start to add up. A little bit of progress becomes noticeable. The people who laughed start to watch you a little more closely. Their mockery might turn into a quiet curiosity. They start wondering, wait, what if they actually pull this off? But you're not doing it for their approval anymore. You're past that. You're doing it for yourself. You're driven by the vision you held on to when no one else could see it. Let's think about the moment of victory. It's not just about the trophy, the diploma, or the successful business launch. It's about that quiet, internal validation. It's the feeling of looking back at the long, hard road you traveled and knowing that you did it. You faced the ridicule, you battled the doubt, and you emerged stronger. The win is sweeter because of the struggle. The best part, the laughter, finally stops. It's replaced by a stunned silence, and then, often, by admiration. The same people who called you a fool are now asking you for advice. They say, "I knew you could do it all along," conveniently forgetting the years they spent doubting you. And in that moment, you have a choice. You can be bitter, or you can be gracious. The truly successful choose grace. They know that holding on to resentment only weighs you down. They've already won the most important battle, the one against their own limitations and the negativity of the world. This story resonates with so many of us because, on some level, we've all been the underdog. We've all had a dream that someone else thought was silly. We've all felt the sting of being underestimated. The takeaway here isn't to seek out ridicule, but to be prepared for it. To understand that when you dare to be different, when you aim for something extraordinary, you will be met with skepticism. That's part of the price of admission. So, if you're out there right now, working on something you're passionate about, and you're hearing the whispers and the laughter, I want you to remember this. You are in good company. You're walking the same path as a long line of champions, innovators, and game changers. Let their laughter be the soundtrack to your hard work. Let their doubt be the fuel for your fire. Don't argue with them. Don't try to convince them. Just work. Show up every day. Stay focused on your vision. Let your results speak for you. Because one day, the noise will fade away. The work will pay off. And the only sound you'll hear is the applause. Or maybe, even better, the satisfying silence of those who said it couldn't be done. They laughed at him until he won. And trust me, that victory is the best kind of response. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about a time you proved the doubters wrong. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.